to this computer. Okay, I am super, super pumped to have Erin and Hannah share incredible things that happened at Gold School, what their takeaways were, the community, because that's one of my favorites of when you go to things like this, you get to see corporate, you get to see friends you might not have, seen for a long time or meet new friends. That's my absolute favorite. That's why I go to events. Anytime I see one, I go to an event because I meet somebody that I knew that God had connected for me, or I get to hear a story that just, brings so much joy to my heart or whatever. And so, if a lot of you don't know, the 24th, Jessica Heffley is actually doing a pool party at her house with Jean Tips. And so, if you guys are going, please let me know. I know I'm going to try to make it. And I'm trying to bring my whole family, and we're just going to do a family night or something. So there's that. But try to come to these local things. I'm also doing a floral event at my house. So if you're within driving distance, come up. It's on the 17th, because events like this are what make and show what our community is about. And it's not truly Plexus per se. It's just coming together and having people together at my house and us just in community. Of course, I'm going to have samples and things out, but the main reason is building relationships. So bring people over. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I cannot wait for you to hear Erin and Hannah and what their takeaways are. Hannah or Erin, who wants to go first?
Well, I would love to go first and just say what a privilege it was to attend with Erin. There's nothing like getting to Gold School, but then getting to watch your teammate go and just know they earned this. And it's just the best time. So, again, the community, the fellowship, corporate did an amazing job, fed us delicious food. It was just a fun girl time. And like Erin and Krista and Miss Bonnie went with us too. It's like, when do you ever get just 3 days with just girls, like just uninterrupted mama time? So I loved it. It was so exciting. And Erin, I'm gonna let you go first so I don't steal your thunder.
Okay.
Not your thunder, but your whatever your tips are, because my girl Erin, she I know she knows what she's going to talk about already, and I'm just like squirrel. So I want her to take it away, and I'm your backup for whatever you need. But I'm just so proud of you, Erin. Truly, truly, it was a great honor doing that with you and going with you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to share. And just, it was an amazing experience. My favorite part was, like Cassie said, was just the community in general. And like Hannah said, like four of us mamas getting to like actually travel together, road trip, like fellowship, not only build our business and help each other in real time, but be able to connect and network like from a mama standpoint. Like it was just incredible to be able to send each other, helpful things for raising our kiddos and stuff like that. So it was wonderful. The community was great. And my favorite parts were that, and then just really getting to hear the testimonies of others. And then some really like tangible, simple tools that they left us with to take home um, to help us get to our next goals. And that was, in a nutshell, I mean, just like all of those things together are my favorite. But listening to the testimonies of others who are breaking through the chains of poverty and using their income for good, for ministries, it was just incredible. I walked away with belief that not only can I succeed in reaching my goals, but also that the leaders and this company want me to. Like they are literally giving us every opportunity and encouraging us. And like the top leaders, the CEO, they want to see me succeed. They want to see you succeed. And that is just a really good feeling. Um, so if you haven't, a couple of things, if you haven't done this before, which most of us probably have, but it's just always good to reconnect with it. But if you haven't, I would encourage you to just really drill down and get crystal clear on your why. Um, why you're doing this, and then what does that look like, and how are you going to get there. There were so many resources that they gave us that like we literally had a cram-packed day and we still didn't get through the entire booklet. So I'm gonna have to kind of sum this all up, but there were a couple of things that really stood out to me, and it was when they were talking about sharing. Genevieve really drove home the point that people typically buy for an emotional reason, and then they justify it with the facts. So sometimes if you're detail oriented, which I sometimes get caught up in the details, then you're sharing a whole bunch of information, and that is wonderful because we have all that information at our fingertips. But what people are really going to connect with is that emotional response. I see you. I have been there. I struggled with. And they really love to see that journey, not just popping on or sharing with them, hey, I lost 30 pounds and I feel great. That's great too. They want to see that, but they want to see and feel and experience the journey with you, that you were right where they are today. Meet them where they're at, and how you got to where you are now, if that makes sense. I'm not saying it as eloquently as she said it, but that was basically, stories matter a lot more than information. So being able to, obviously some people want that information too, but sharing your story, sharing your experience, sharing how it's changed your life, and where you were before Plexus is really connects to people. So let's see, what am I missing so far, Hannah? I know there's other things. Oh, one thing I love that she said is that the hero in your story is not you. So you're sharing your story with them, but you're not the hero. It's the person that you're talking to. And so really making the experience about them and meeting them where they're at and how they're feeling and what they're struggling with, and talking to their pain points. And tell your story in a way that people think that they can do it too. Not only that applies not only to the product taking and feeling better and the results that you can see there, but also applies to your business. So that's where, and Cassie and Hannah and Carissa, they tell us all the time, that third party validation, jumping in a three-way message or sharing a video, things like that, make it so they can see that they can do it too. And when you're telling your health story, make sure that you're speaking to them and making it not sound like something crazy that no one else can do. So there are a couple of things I have highlighted here in my booklet that I wanted to, when you're I think one of the biggest things is that they also shared that to keep your focus on your why, and that action cures a lot of things. So I've been guilty of this, and I was actually talking to somebody about it today, where I overthink something instead of just sending information or speaking from my heart and being imperfect. But people love that. They want to see that we're real and that we can connect with them. And if you don't just take the action, then absolutely nothing's going to happen. But if you just take action, it cures a lot of things, and it helps get people to where you are. So I highlighted a few of the things I wrote down that were just really encouraging to me and great reminders, is that we are professional encouragers. And I'm going to read this straight out of the book from the notes I took. We are encouraging people to think bigger, to grow, to find more grit, which means a lot to me because grit and grace. And just sharing that I get to run a business and a community that changes people's lives, helps people, and sometimes they buy product, sometimes they don't. But to meet them where they're at, share with them, I have been there, I see you struggling, or our testimony is not everyone else's testimony, but we are a community that shares with one another, and we see each other's testimonies, and we share that because we're one community. So even connecting with them in a way that's saying, hey, I see you, and I've had friends right where you are right now, and let me tell you what they've done. So those were just like some super helpful, encouraging words, just to remember that we're solving people's problems to be successful. And yes, while we do sometimes get caught up in like the check boxes of our goals, ultimately how we become successful in this business is solving people's problems. And remember, you're not the hero, they're the hero in the story. So keep it focused on them. One thing I really like, because this helps me, because I get off in the weeds sometimes when I'm trying to like, I struggle with like, am I giving too much information or not enough? And when you have somebody who is interested in the business and wants to learn more, don't go like straight at them with the comp plan, because if they like, and talking to them about points and this and that, some people want that information, and you're going to pick up really quickly if you're talking to one of those people. They're going to ask you questions and want more information, more details. But most people, it's just going to confuse them unless they've been in network marketing and done some type of business like this before. It's going to confuse them and leave them a little bit overwhelmed. And I loved what Genevieve said. She said, a confused mind says no. Unless they've been in network marketing, then just keep it simple. So that is always, simple is better, as in most cases. I think that those were the biggest. I mean, there's so much, like I could talk for hours. We were in there for hours, and I just gleaned so much from them. But I did want to share, and Krista did share earlier tonight, like some of just the tangible resources I was talking about on, they gave us some of those on just, in general, how to IPAs and how to plan your work, time blocking and things like that. But what I found most helpful to take away, implement, and put into action this week, that truly just seems so much simpler than what I was trying to achieve before, is just to focus on what they call the 4x4 system. So if you're looking to build and bless others and find others who want to continue to build this business as well, to just focus on adding one new VIP a week and teaching that VIP how to add one new person a week, and then helping them to teach that new VIP how to add one person a week. And it's so simple. And if you look at the numbers, like, it's insane how incredibly fast, not only are you blessing people, but how it's just a duplicatable system. I don't know if you guys can't see that. It's blurry, isn't it? It must be my settings. But when you're adding 4 new VIPs a month, so 1 a week, and then they're adding 4 new VIPs a month, or 1 a week, and you're helping them, you're showing them how to do it, then you're helping them show their new VIP how to do it. Then it's like they talk to us about all the time. It is duplication, and it helps not only you to grow as a leader, but it helps your team grow. And it's just an incredible way of blessing others. So they did go over lots of details in the comp plan, and just so many tools and words to say, some winning conversations. I'm happy to share any of that, but I don't want to take up your whole entire evening. I'm certain there's something I've forgotten, but Miss Hannah, what did I miss? those are definitely the highlights.
Can I just say, I am so proud of you. Like, I am beaming and trying not to tear up. I love it. You're natural, girl. It's natural. No, I think you did great. I wrote a few things down that I just, so it's kind of piggybacking off what you said. It says it is a privilege to lead. There are people counting on you to teach them so they can make their mortgage, make money, and fix their finances. So I know that it's a blessing to help people, but I don't think I don't know, just something about the people are counting on you. That wording really spoke to me, and I was like, you're right. I mean, that's so true. People are literally counting on us to help them make their mortgage. And so that's kind of when after they're on the products and all that. But I appreciated how they also gave us, oh, hang on. There's so many pages. It's so fun.
I know. It was so hard. Like, I'm like, how do I just cover the highlights?
I know. It's so good. Okay, so I like how so it's saying essentially like you want to be bold. You want to essentially let them know without saying referral link and all that. You just want to let them know 3 different times. So if you want to write this down, you can. It doesn't matter. So the first time you should let them know that they have, like, without saying like a referral link or whatever, but like is when you're prospecting them. So like you're talking about this stuff before they even decide to order. You let them know there's, we pride ourselves in helping you get your products paid for, that sort of thing. We never want finances to get in the way. And then your second time you let them know, is right before or right after they purchase. You just remind them that, hang on, sorry. You just remind them like, hey, whenever you're ready, you know how we talked about a while back that you get your own referral link and we can help you get your products paid for. I'm here to talk to you about that or share how to do that whenever you're ready. So it's before or right after they purchase. And then the third time is when you call them or when they call you to hear about the products and what they're doing for them. So when you have them on the phone or even a voice message, that's the third time. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I really so 3 times over the first 6 days to ask them to share. Essentially, you're just asking them to share those first 3 times over the 6 days. So first, when you're prospecting them, let them just know that information. Second, right before or right after they order, hey, just a reminder, you've got this right here, ready to help whenever you want that. And then 3, when you call them or when they call you. Hey, I gotta take this call. My sister never calls me this much, so there's probably something going on. So somebody else take over.
Well, I can kind of take it. I actually had notes on what she was saying, if that's okay, and can maybe finish that out. So she said what she was saying about really presenting that, the business side or your referral link was planting the seed. And Carissa said this on our last call, if you're on it, but planting that seed before you even share the card, and letting them know that you take pride in making sure that finances never get in the way of anyone feeling their best or getting the supplements that they need. So that was, planting the seed before you even share the cart. And then once like Hannah said, once they have those results, either, whether they're sharing it in a message, when you're doing your customer care and following up with them to see, if they have any wins, see how they're doing, see if they're having any detox symptoms, and they share even the slightest bit of a win with you, then you take that opportunity to say, oh my goodness, so many people struggle with that. If I helped you with the post, would you share it? And I have done that twice. And I mean, it's only twice. I need to do it more, but I just love that wording so much. So I did that, and I haven't gotten a no. I've gotten 2 posts put up. So, people might not say people might say no, but what we heard is that most of the time, people are willing, even if they don't want to do it for themselves, they're willing to share a post for you because our business works off of referrals. And then, so I think that kind of sums up what Hannah was saying, with those 3 touches and, you know, focusing on the referral link when you're just getting somebody started. And I have been bolder as far as last month, ranking up and doing just that and sharing with people right out of the gate. I did not do it with everyone before I shared a cart. That was actually before I went to Gold School, but I did talk to them about it before, like, as they were checking out or right after they checked out. And I sent them a voice message and I was like, hey, I just want you to know that I don't know if we really covered this, but I just want to make sure that you know that I am passionate about finances and budget never getting in the way for you to be able to get these products that I know are going to make you feel better. And I just kind of shared some of my story that, you know, that was a concern for me at one time. And so I'm super passionate about it not being a concern for you. And then if you're open to hearing more about how that works, please let me know. And like, not everybody ranked up to silver, but I had several people that then started sharing their link and like added their mom or added their best friend or, that I mean, I was like falling over. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're sharing this. This is what's happening. So it was wonderful. And then I just wanted to say one more thing that I forgot to say, and then I'll stop talking and rambling. But I just want to say, if you've never been to a Plexus corporate event, I know a lot of you have, but I had not. Unfortunately, convention didn't work out for me this year, but it is absolutely incredible. I can't speak highly enough about the leaders and how you are just like waltzed in as if you're royalty and spoiled. And it just, you feel the community the moment that you arrive. And it was just absolutely incredible. But I want to also focus on the fact that our CEO is there and opened up the day and closed the day. And he shared his testimony at length with us about how he ended up with Plexus. And so I will spare you the details, but after listening to that man, like, there is no doubt that he is fully invested in ambassadors at the ambassador level. And he also wants us to succeed and meet our goals and set our families free financially and from health standpoints. Like, his testimony was incredible. And it meant a lot to me that he took the time to be there. And anyway, I just would encourage all of you to get to Gold School and beyond.
I agree. It's worth rearranging your schedule. When you all earn it. Okay, sorry. Now my dad's calling. We're having a little bit of family problems, so but all is well. But I gotta go again. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Yay, Sam, that's incredible. You're gonna love it.
Okay, so what were you anticipating going to Gold School, and then what like blew you away that you were like, wow, I didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was really, I mean, I was really anticipating, like, I was looking forward to being re-energized and poured into and just having time to, I guess, spend time with others and build up that community. Because as a mama of little ones, I love them to pieces, but I don't get a lot of that. And so it was all of that and so much more, and just really built belief in me, in myself, that I could hit, I could not only like, I don't know if you know much about my why, but I want to establish a foundation and pour into that ministry after in memory of our twins that we lost in 2019. And I want to be able to do that, and also other ministries. But first, in order to be able to do that, our family is in need of financial freedom. So this is like not only do I want this to work, but it's like Lord, I need something to work. And I walked out of there with complete belief that this will work, and just was able to envision not only being able to set our family free, but to be able to show up for other families and help them in a time that I know personally, because I've experienced it, will mean so much to them. I don't know if that answered the question, but
yeah, it's more of like, sometimes when you go into something, because I'm here because of an event, and this is why I'm all about, if there's ever an event, bring your mom, your bestie, like every single person you can, because I went to Super Saturday as a weekend away for the same reason. I had littles. I needed time with other moms. I needed time with somebody else that was an adult. And I didn't want Plexus. I did not want anything Plexus. I just wanted time away. And I came out of that room with the same belief. I was like, wait, what? I can do what? And so the question was like, I know that for me, I was just thinking girls' weekend. Yeah, I'll learn things if I want to. But walking away, though, it was the cool part of like, not what I anticipated kind of thing. So yeah. So I'm glad that you got like poured into more. Hannah, now you're back. So tell us a little bit. It's okay. Tell us a little bit more. Any other takeaways or anything?
Well, I kind of lost my place, but I think Krista covered this a little bit, but I'm not sure everybody was on. So it says, one tip was when they say no to sharing, like they're like, no. And I mean, you could all raise your hand. I don't know how many on here was no, but I was no at first. Not going to share, going to take the products and be happy. But when they say no, you can ask, if not for you, then would you do it for me? And so a lot of people want to help other people. So maybe, I mean, I probably would have done that for Cassie had she asked me that way, just because I'm like a helper and a problem solver, and it just blesses my heart so much. And so don't be shy away. Don't have a negative thought about that or shy away from asking them. And they might still say no, and that's fine. And even if it's no for them, no for you, it's not a no forever. I mean, it may take a year or so, or however long, months, but they will catch the vision. I have no doubt about that. I'm pretty confident in that. And remember to foster a conversation when you're posting and stuff, not just selling in your feed. So foster the conversation. Let them feel what you're talking about, not telling them. And so I think Erin covered that a little bit too. And then for so when you're moving people to the next step in their journey, it says you have to have an ask that is not about you. So not about us. An ask that is not about you. Your ask has to attract business builders. You're supposed to be bold and ask for what you want. And for people who want to do this as an extra income, are you open to hearing more? I know Cassie says that all the time. Are you open to hearing more? This is just a great thing. And don't, for us, because I still struggle with this, and I am not struggling as much, but a great tip is do not get attached to the outcome. Just do that step. They may say no. They won't share for them. They may say no. They won't share for you. Don't make that about you. It's just they're not there yet. And so when I started Plexus, I had no idea that I was going to be working on my mindset, especially my money mindset and stuff like that. So like, it's not just products and great community, but you really work on your mindset about things too. And they just maybe aren't there yet. So be bold, do the ask, don't get attached to the outcome. And that can be harder, easier said than done, but just don't get attached. There you go. One more thing, I think. I really like Erin was saying, I really like how they go over the compensation plan, kind of explain it easier than what I have really made it. Let's see. Don't forget to be asking people for advice, not just always posting, but somehow ask for advice in your post or whatever. And don't forget to be creating polls. And why does your audience care about what you're posting about? Because remember, we're doing it for them, not for us. And I have no, okay, so I'm gonna go check this out. I have no idea. Genevieve said you're gonna have to go way back, but on her Instagram, she did something called tips from the drive-through. And so she kind of did a series, and I don't know, but I want to go back and look at it. And there might be something like that, may be something I can implement myself somehow, or tips from the shed, or tips. You could even make that your, think about where you go. But you could do tips from the car or whatever. But I just wanted to look back. I wrote that down for me to check out, and I just haven't checked it out. So maybe you guys can go check it out and start doing it. And then I'll look at your page, and then I'll do it from your page. And then last thing, and you've probably heard it before, and it may have already been said, I don't know. A setback is a step up a setback is a setup for your comeback. So if you feel like you've had a setback, it's just a setup for your comeback. It's how you believe, it's how you go into your day, even if your points aren't reflecting the work that you're doing or the time that you've put in. It is going to be okay. And we just have to keep trusting the Lord through it. And God's going to bring the right people to you. You pray and be open. He'll place people's names on your heart, and you can ask Erin. He'll eventually he made me sick for not reaching out to her, because she had lost their twins, those sweet little beautiful girls. And so I was supposed to reach out to her, and it had only been 3 months. And I was like, no, Lord, like she's grieving. This is not the right time. And I'm trying to tell God that this wasn't the right time. And he got me to the point, it just made me sick. And I finally had to do it and listen. So anyway, but just trust if the Lord is putting someone on your heart. Don't do what I did and argue with him for like a month. Just do it, because, you never know what that person's life can look like if you're obedient. And so follow God through. So again, don't worry about the outcome. What was that? I'm sorry, guys. Don't focus on the outcome, or hang on. Anybody remember? Don't get attached to the outcome. Just do the step. And a setback is a setup for your comeback. Be bold. Make sure you're making it about them, not about you. And go to Gold School. Get there and do it.
I loved that. Like, don't get attached. A setback is a set up to your comeback. And I was like, oh, that's so good, because I think all of us, we all have setbacks in life, right? There's always something that's going to come our way and stop our plans. But God has already been in those details. He already knows about it. But we're the ones that have to be good stewards to his plan and know that he put us here for a reason, and we have to steward what he's got coming. And when we quit, we are just quitting on that plan and that blessing that he's trying to provide for us. And so just remember, it is a set up for a comeback. I loved that. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So Gold School, the next one I believe is in Dallas, but I can guarantee it'll sell out in like hotcakes. And so I think it's in October. Okay, I'll have to find out. And so you guys earn gold as fast as you can this month. Really try. Okay, Sam said yes. Try to get there. October 19th. And make a plan for gold this month. Like, I would love to hear in the chat really quickly. Well, a couple things. Do y'all have any questions for Erin and Hannah? Because again, this was a special thing that they got to go to. They actually went to Atlanta, Georgia. Plexus, does anybody understand Gold School? Like how it works, any of that? And if you don't, I'll do a brief synopsis really fast. Or does everybody good and understands it? Okay. Yes, no, maybe so.
What
Okay.
you may not know
Go for it.
is you get an invite to Gold School when you go gold, and again when you go senior gold. So Erin, right before we left for this Gold School, she went senior gold, so she's earned another Gold School. So that's pretty cool. And so, yeah, just know you can go twice. And I guarantee you, like she said, we did. I'm sorry, I just put a piece of ice in my mouth, but we didn't even get through our whole workbook at this one. The one in the past we did, but we had a little bit of AC issues. The air conditioner wasn't working. It was we were all in like a hot mess. We all had great attitudes about it. Jim Bev just cut the meeting. She's like, we'll have to do a follow-up soon. But they feed you delicious food. They pour into you. And it really is amazing. But I guarantee you, when Erin goes again, like she gleaned she got a whole lot of great stuff from this one, but it's gonna look different and be different on the next one too. So make the effort to go twice. Just do it, guys. So earn the Gold School, go. Earn the senior Gold School, go. And then the next stop is Ruby on the Rise, and go to that too.
Is senior Gold School different than regular Gold School? Is it two different trainings?
No, you just get the opportunity to go twice, because sometimes there's a stretch in between earning it. So you might go gold and then it might take you a year or so or several months to go senior gold. But I will say they have different speakers each time. And I mean, Genevieve is there and she's amazing and she rocks it. So she's awesome. But they do have different opening speakers and stuff. And so you will learn different information just because they shared their personal testimony. They give you their tips of how they did it and all that. So in the workbook is different this time than when I went last time. And the little gifts that they gave you that you get when you go, they were different this time than last time. So it is the same, but it won't look the same.
I agree. And I've been to a jewel training, the same thing. Like you get invited the first time and I was able to go. They asked me to come again. And so I was able to go again, and different season that I was in. And so I learned a ton my first, made lifelong friendships. And even in my second one, like the second one was totally different, speakers totally different, but new perspectives. And because this business is always evolving and always changing, and you're always finding new tips and new things, even 6 months from now. So like, let's say you go gold now, and then you don't get to go to the next Gold School until 6 months from now. We all know 6 months from now, you use a different word or whatever, and things change. And so I love always going whenever I can, hands down. Okay. Who else? What other questions? And a lot of them drove, I think y'all drove together, and went to Atlanta, right? And shared.
Can I just say that was like part of my most favorite part of it was carpooling, and that car ride there and the car ride back. And if you have the ability to go to one that's close enough to drive, even if it's like 8 or 9 hours, I mean, yeah, a plane ride getting there would have been nice, but we would have missed out on a lot of fellowship.
Yeah.
And so for me, that car ride was just worth the whole thing, just the whole thing. So it was awesome.
I love that. Okay. So there any other questions on Gold School? Because I want to make sure you guys, like, this is your top, because a lot of you, this is like your next step. And so I really hope that like you start working towards that. And I know Sam will be there here in Dallas soon. So that's exciting. I think Dallas, did I say Dallas? Dallas or Austin? It's Texas. Austin. Yeah, Austin. And so that's
It's Dallas.
Oh, it is Dallas? I thought it was Austin for some reason. Okay, well, awesome. Either way, it's in Texas. So October, Texas. Yes, I'm loving all of these takeaways. So Amanda said, you will post or comment, or also, will you post or comment? Don't focus on the outcome. Okay, yeah. It says, don't get attached to the outcome. Just do the step. Sometimes we get, and I think Aaron talked about this, sometimes we get too cluttered in the details instead of just doing. Like just do it inauthentic or authentically in a way that it's rambly, it's messed up, it's whatever, because people are going to be more attached to that than you having it bright and shiny and pretty. Like I know for me today, prime example, one of the candidates was actually far enough away in the parking lot that he had a conversation with me and he just wanted to give his piece and talk to me for a minute. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have a conversation with you. And I kept thinking, he was bold enough to be authentically him, to just talk to everybody and give him his stance. And I thought, he's got my vote just because he did that. And so not every person is going to do those things, right? And so stand out. Doesn't have to be perfect. And his wasn't perfect, but it was awesome. And so anyway, any other questions on that? Really good takeaways. We have this recording, so I'll pop it up on Zoom. And the other things is I would love to hear in the chat, what are your intentions and goals this month? Because again, without a plan, you know, the Bible even tells us you've got to have a vision, you've got to have a plan. If not, then it'll perish. God is already providing the dream to you, but you also have to write out what that dream is going to look like, how you can apply it, what it's going to do, how you're going to make it happen, what hours you're going to put in, what things you can do and move that needle. So what does that look like for you this month? This month is incredible. August, I'm already feeling beautiful. There was a video that I'll put into our chat, our leader chat soon. Incredible vision. And so I'll make sure to have everybody listen to that. It's really good. But what's everybody's goals really quick? And then we will wrap it up and we'll pray. And we also, if you're close, we have walk and worship tomorrow too. So I hope you guys can come to that. And then on the 17th, like I said, I'm going to have a floral event at my home where we're just going to make flowers and have fun and fellowship. And everybody gets to take flowers home and they get to have charcuterie and all kinds of fun things. So it's going to be good. All right, Aaron and Julia already in the chat. Keep them coming. So nice. Julia is senior Ruby. Aaron is Ruby. She wants to help someone go gold and she wants to develop 4 silvers. Do you see the difference? Like, I love, she's already making the plan within the plan. Like there's more details to that. So good. Toby just asked me if I was going emerald this month. Oh, Ashley. I mean, I would love for that to happen too. I mean, anything can happen. Carrie Gold. Oh, Julia said she's laying a crying child down. I know she's got more details. It's all good, girl. Hannah, senior Ruby, Megan Gold. Yes. And remember what these ladies said, like, you're here. What was that wording that you said, Hannah? Because it touched me where you were like, mortgage. You talked about mortgage and you talked about
I got it right here.
Okay.
I just got to get to the right page, but know where it's at. I think I don't know. I might write it out and put it on my desk when I get a desk.
Good.
It says, it is a privilege to lead. There are people counting on you to teach them so they can make their mortgage, make money, and fix their finances. Everybody can pretty well relate with that.
Yeah, people are counting on you to show up. On you to be there.
Just like if you're asking someone to share, they may not do it for them, but they might do it for you.
Yeah.
So just like if you're having a bad day or off day or whatever, and you're like, I don't care if I reach that goal or not, or this may not be the month. It's not about you. People are counting on you. Do it for them.
Yeah. because your connection to somebody is not what I have or what Hannah has or Aaron. Like, you are connected to people for a reason, and they are counting on you. You might not realize it, and they might not be telling you. They're probably telling God privately the things that they're struggling with. And until you show up for them, they are going to be counting on that one person they're praying for to show up. And with your prayer, with your boldness, with your ask, you could change the trajectory of their bills. You could do that with God's help. Like, you can do that. The problem is sometimes we get caught up in the other fluff, and don't get caught up in that. You just keep showing up, keep being you, keep sharing, keep posting, keep reaching out, because those are how it works. That is how it worked in the Bible. This is how it works here too. You have to have relationship with people. And so it's going to happen. You just have to keep showing up even when you don't want to. So I'm loving all this chat. It's so good. Sam said gold, and she's going to help 4 and help her girl Megan hit senior silver. And Amy hit silver, and Anthony keeps silver, like all these things. Good customer care. Okay. The other thing I want to chat before we end here in just a few minutes, customer care is huge. We added over 80, I think 85 or 81, past 80 people last month. That is incredible. So that is 80 people that we can help bless. Add one. Have a buddy come. Make sure they're getting their customer care videos. If you don't have boards, the customer care videos are powerful. Check in with every single person weekly. Share those videos. Julia and I created them for our team so that they could see our faces, hear about our team and our community. So make sure that you're sharing those with your customers. So customer care, do whatever, make a cherry on top. Like, I try to send samples. I try to do a frother and some other things as the months go on. Like, pour into these 80 people because they're waiting and counting on you to pour into them. So make sure that you're just checking on them often. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, $1 thing ends Friday. Make sure to don't forget about that. We have a few days left. Think of it like the end of the month. I really liked how we set it up last month. Some of you, I think most of you will remember, like last month, we worked until the 15th, like the 15th was the 30th. And I think that's what set our month up. And so work right now like it's the end of the month. Don't wait till the end of the month. It is the end of the month right now. Work right now. You have a $1 membership. Work like a boss, and it's going to show up, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. Any other questions or anything else? Trying to get it to where we're closing on time.
No, I was just going to say there's a saying that I've super been struggling with. It's whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So I'm trying to fix my mind currently because I don't know, there's just been some things placed by multiple different people, and I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not smart enough. I can't do that. And so I'm going to be right if I keep telling myself that I can't do it. So that statement has been my focus right now.
Oh, that's so good, because God wouldn't want you to follow what other people are saying about you. He wants you to follow what he says about you. That is so good. Whether you can't or you can't. I'm so proud of you, Sam. You'll have to put that in our chat too. Put it in the leaders chat. We all need to hear that and remind ourselves. We're following somebody. Here's the one thing that, so really fast, Jason didn't see the dream that God had given me. It took years for my husband to see why I'm here today. Years. And you have to remember, everybody's not going to see the dream or the goals that God has planted for you. They will come along. It is your consistency, your boldness, and your commitment that will help them see, oh, okay, I guess I can see Cassie doing this now. Oh, I guess I can see why she did this now. They can't see yet what he's placed on you. And so you just have to stay committed and keep going and keep knowing that you're here for a reason. They might not see it yet. You just have to keep going and make sure that you don't stop because of them. You do not stop because of them. So, okay, super proud of you guys. I'm going to pray, and then we're going to go rock the end of the month like it's end of the month right now until Friday. So, okay. Dear God, I just thank you so much for such an incredible team that you have placed here, and I cannot wait to see what you do this month. what hurdles that you help them accomplish and just move past, what mindset issues you help them just crush and allow them to see what goodness you have for them, allow them to see what dreams you've placed inside of them, allow them to see that you are conducting and moving the needle forward with their help, God. And you are just doing mighty work inside of them. And I know it, I can see it, and I cannot wait to keep seeing the journey outside and just playing inside of each person on this team, God. I thank you so much for each person that you have here. And I can't wait to see what more you bring because of all of our yeses every day when we don't want to, our yeses every day when things and everything comes into play and we feel like we don't have the time, God. But our yeses are what people are counting on. Our yeses are what you are having and placing people's names on our hearts because they're praying in warrior closets and things to happen. And we're that answered prayer because you've placed those people on our path. And so I just pray for this team to just continue to be bold, continue to walk with you, God, and continue to just move in mighty ways. And just until the end of the month and from here on out, that just know that there's going to be hurdles, there's going to be struggles, but life is always that. And that's what we're here for. We're here to keep moving past it and help other people through their seasons and through their struggles. And that's what we're here. We're professional encouragers. And I thank you for that, God. And I cannot wait to see all these goals that all of these women placed in the comments happen this month, and for all of us to help each one of us stay accountable to them. Thank you, God, for all of them. And we pray you and just praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you later. Bye.